because we're $120. I'm expecting some things, right? Right. Everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea and we have another Foundation Friday for you. And I am really excited about today's because we are going to be reviewing the La Mer, the Soft Fluid Long Wear Foundation. Now, if you have clicked on this video, you are either one, just a really good supporter, two, and what I'm thinking most of us are here for, you're wanting to know, is this $120 foundation worth it? That's right, I said $120 foundation. So as always, we're gonna do flash photography, full day wear test, and we're gonna see if this foundation is worth all of its claims. So if this is your first time here, I'd love to say welcome and thank you for clicking on my video. I really do appreciate it. If you would want to, I'd love for you to stick around and subscribe to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, as always, I'm so appreciative of your constant support, your comments, your likes, and all of that stuff. It really does mean a lot to me. We are almost at 500. I'm so excited. Okay, so let's get into the video. Like I said, we are going to be reviewing the La Mer, the Soft Fluid Foundation, and this is going to be an iconic skincare and pure color in one. So this is going to claim to be silky, weightless. It's going to give you a beautifully natural, radiant finish. A beautiful natural finish, and it's going to help the skin to maintain balance throughout the day. It's long wearing. It's going to give you flexible coverage. It's going to make pores and imperfections virtually disappear. Skin is visually going to be looking plumped with hydration, and lines and wrinkles will appear softened. In all of the La Mer products, their specialized component is their miracle broth. So this is the healing force that flows through all of the La Mer products. It's supposed to hydrate, energize, and soothe the skin. The sea-sourced soft velvet ferment softens for a flawless finish. This is going to contain SPF, and it's going to allow for our skin to protect us from antioxidants. The color capsule technology helps the color stay true to its color even in humidity. This is going to be formulated without parabens, sulfates, or phthalates. It has an SPF of 20, and this is going to provide us with medium coverage and be suitable for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin. This foundation comes in 20 colors, and I think those are all of the claims. So I'm going to prime my face with my Revlon Pore Reducing Primer. I always use this primer whenever I'm testing out foundation. Alright, so let's go ahead and apply the foundation. So I have worn this foundation many times. I actually purchased this foundation last year, actually. But when I purchased this foundation, I wasn't creating videos for my channel, so that's why I didn't review it when I actually created it. But recently, I picked up this foundation again, and I had some thoughts, and I thought I'd share them with you all. So I like to take the product and apply it to the skin first. I feel like that's how I get the best look of the foundation versus just like taking a pump and then blending it out with my tool. This does have a fragrance. The fragrance doesn't smell like perfume, but there is a fragrance to it, and I still haven't figured out what the fragrance is, but it is pretty noticeable. So if you are sensitive to fragrances, take that into place. So we're gonna blend out this side with my e.l.f. sponge. Okay, so this is our skin blended out with our sponge, and I didn't tell you my shade. In this, I wear the shade Amber 53. Now we're going to take my Morphe M439 brush and blend out this side. Okay, so this is the brush side blended out, and this is the sponge side blended out. I think both sides blended out really nicely, and I feel like like I like the sponge side better. I feel like I get a little bit more of a glow from the sponge side. I do think the brush side gives me just a smidge more coverage, but I do like both sides. So if you like to apply this you like to apply your foundations with a brush, then I think it does work out very well. So this is what one layer of the foundation looks like. I would say that we have, it's not blended out too well around my mouth. I would say we have a solid light medium coverage with the application that I put on. So I'm just gonna build it up just slightly over my cheeks. And I'm mostly building it up in this area so you can see how the coverage works, because that's the area where I have the darkest pigmentation. So I feel like it's easier to see how well the foundation covers up my freckles. So I'm gonna take my sponge, because honestly this is the way that I like it better. And we'll just build it up this way. And like it claims to, I think we get a nice medium coverage from this foundation. From what I've experimented with, you're not gonna get, you know, full coverage with this. You're gonna get a nice medium coverage. I really like how my face is looking right now. I love just the evened out look of my face. I really do think that it does even out my complexion. I will say it does not oxidize. It does stay true to color. So the multiple times that I've worn this, I don't feel like it's darkened throughout the day. And yes, let's take flash photography to see if we have some flashback, since we do have SPF in this foundation. Okay, so as expected, we do have some flashback. It's kind of bad. My chest just looks dark anyway because I've gotten a tan, but we do have some flashback, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend this foundation if you're taking flash photography, but I don't think the flashback is the worst that I've seen, but it is there. All right, so I'm gonna finish off my makeup and then we will come back so I can show you what everything looks like on my face. So we're back, and this is what my face looks like with all of my makeup on my face. I kept it pretty minimal because I just really wanted to focus on the foundation, and plus I didn't really feel like doing my makeup today, so we just went with it. Alrighty, so I really like how my face looks. I think it just looks so perfected. I will give that claim to it as well. When you put this foundation on, I really feel like it does do what it's supposed to do and perfect the skin. I think the finish is very flawless. I did use powder to set my face. I used very little powder. But I think it just really makes the skin look boosted and youthful and just beautiful. I don't have anything really, there's nothing really showing right now in terms of, you know, wear, because it only took me about 15 or so minutes to put the rest of my makeup on, so I haven't had the foundation on too long. But I started putting my foundation on around 7:30, so we will check back in at the end of the day to see how we're holding. Okay, we are at the end of the day. It is currently 4:38, so we have had this foundation on for, yes, about 8 hours, so great full day wear test. So let's see what we are looking like. I'm gonna bring you all in. Alrighty, so we are nice and close, and I am a little dewy around my nose, as you can see here. I'm looking at my mirror that's behind you all, so I can make sure that when I'm pointing at something, you all can see what I'm pointing at. So I am dewy right here. I also have creasing right here, and I actually have creasing right here, which if you've looked at any of my foundation reviews in the past, I typically don't get too much creasing right here, at least in my opinion, to where it's accentuated. But I do feel like the creasing, especially in this crease line here, it is accentuated. If I scoot in, hopefully you all can see what that creasing looks like. This is what my forehead looks like, and in terms of like my forehead and then my chin area, I think everything there looks good. I did do some eating today. I always do this at work, so you might see a little bit of the foundation rubbing off here. That's about it. That's about it. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you back out and we'll wrap up this video and I'll give you my final thoughts. So final thoughts of this La Mer, the Soft Fluid Foundation, SPF 20. It's got Miracle Broth and it has a whopping price tag of $120. is this worth it? And in my opinion, I'm gonna have to say no. This is not worth $120, and here's why. With the way that my foundation looks, it, in my opinion, looks gorgeous. I think my face looks really smooth. I love how this looks, especially the first like 3 hours that I'm wearing it. But around the 4-hour mark, this crease line right here is just atrocious. So I wore this foundation Monday, Tuesday. Today it's Wednesday. I'm actually pre-filming because I'm going to be out of town this weekend, so I won't be able to actually do this on Friday like I normally do. But I wore this Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and I was thinking to myself, like, why do I not wear this more often? Because on Monday I was like, this looks amazing. But I don't know what changed, because between Monday, Tuesday, and today I used the same primer. I've basically done almost the exact same looks to my face. And Monday, I didn't really see any major creasing at all, nothing out of the norm. But yesterday and today, this foundation settled so bad in my crease line to where when I was not talking like this, I looked so old because the crease line was just so accentuated and filled with foundation. And I was just like, I forgot. This is why I don't wear this foundation that much. I would say if you wanted this foundation and you don't mind the price tag, I would definitely say get it. I think you would enjoy it because the finish of it is beautiful. And I do think the product is a really, really good product. But for me, because I have a very deep fine line, I don't want my fine lines accentuated, especially to the point where I feel old, and especially when I have not gotten through the day. So if this fine line would have been accentuated after 8 hours of wear, or like starting at the 8-hour mark, I probably would have been like, this is gold, this is great, this will get you through a work day, or this will get you through a night event. But after about 4 hours, this crease line is heavily, heavily accentuated. I can get with the dewiness, like, let me go take my little powder brush. I'm not gonna add any powder to it. But I can blot and make this okay. No, I can get with that. But the problem with the fine line is, like yesterday, I was at work yesterday and I go to the bathroom, I look at my face, I'm like, eesh, that fine line looks really bad. So I take my finger, try to pat it out, to blend it out. And now there's a patch of foundation that's gone because I tried to pat it out with my finger. So then I tried to like slide the foundation down so it didn't look so accentuated. And I was like, man, I still have another couple hours left at work and I'm irritated. And maybe no one else saw it, maybe no one else paid attention to it, but it bothered me because, I'm looking at myself, and then I keep thinking to myself, but this is $120, like, you shouldn't be doing this, and my day is not over. And then even today, was at work, went to the bathroom around like 11:30, 11 o'clock, and that fine line was so accentuated. And I think the only reason why it's not as bad as it was earlier, because I didn't blot today, but I did eat. I wiped my mouth a little bit, after I ate. So I think the fine line is not as bad as it was earlier because I probably wiped some of it away without trying to. But I didn't blot today, so the dewiness that you saw is what it looks like after 8 hours of wear. I do think this is a great foundation. I really do enjoy it. I would recommend this foundation for a short event. Like if I was just going out, for dinner or something, and I knew I wasn't really going to be taking flash photography, or if I was going out, like a date day with my husband and I just, wanted to feel kind of bougie with my makeup, I would reach for this foundation. I do think it's pretty. I'm going to use it up. Would I repurchase? Probably not. And I think it's, like I said, for me, I don't want my makeup to make me look old. I do not want it to exaggerate any of the areas that I don't want to be exaggerated. So for me, I don't think it's worth it. I think it's a beautiful foundation. I think if you're interested, give it a try. If you can get a sample, go ahead and do it. So those are my thoughts. I hope that you found this review helpful and useful. I'm sorry it was a little longer than my typical wrap-ups are, but I wanted to provide you with all the information because the price tag is huge. Those are my thoughts. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye guys.